So I warped here into the city of Fontaine, and is that Virgil? Is Virgil over here in his suit? Was Virgil fancy all along? That would make a lot of sense with the stuff that he was saying. Not fancy, because fancy can sometimes be very nice. Hi everyone, it's Cal for the Future, here to talk about the funniest intro I've ever had to an episode ever, where I legit thought that this was Virgil up here. I thought that, oh my god, like they actually like Virgil just appeared here and like he changed clothes, and I thought that was gonna be the part 2, because I knew there was gonna be a part 2, but I didn't realize that like I like that it wasn't, like from a distance I was like this is Virgil. He changed. He was fancy all along, but no, it's not Virgil, and we find out very quickly it's not Virgil. I thought that'd be a very funny outcome though. The music here is absolutely fantastic. By the way, my name is Calvin, also known as Romer, and this is my first ever playthrough of Genshin Impact. And we're going to start off by doing some wishes before we go over here and talk to who I think that who's that with him? Like a whole host of new characters here. Let us get this done here and see. We have quite a bit of room for a lot of wishes here. And I also want to thank, once again, like crazy, once again, Malcolm Condé, just like literally saying, hey, here's enough welcomes. Literally said, here's enough welcomes until you get caught up with the game. And I'm like, this is too much. It's too much. You're amazing. Let's just attempt to get Hu Tao. Now, the next 5-star we get on this banner is guaranteed to be Hu Tao, because we lost the 50-50 with Chi-Chi, which, you know, someone did point out, and a lot of you pointed out, it's, if we get Hu Tao off this, it's poetic, right? We got Chi-Chi first, then Hu Tao. It makes perfect sense. You know what I mean? Like, it's like almost like story-wise, it makes sense. Now, I don't know if we'll get Hu Tao today. It would be nice. But it's always like a luck-based thing. We'll see how it goes. Now, also, like, you know, constellations for our other characters are also good too. We've been building up Xing Shou quite a bit. Not even like a 4-star here, which is, you know, it's okay. You know, you can't just, you know, force a victory every single time. There we go. I would say, like, you know, if you want to constitute that as like maybe some not fantastic wishes there, that's also cool. But you know what I mean? It's like there's nothing you can do about that. You know what I mean? Sometimes luck is on your side, sometimes okay, I don't know if we're gonna be doing this quest today, but I do want to see. Okay, that's clearly not him. Okay, that's not Virgil. He looks like when like Shrek became human. Or like, you know, that guy, or like Prince Charming. Yeah.
Now, this is a most serendipitous meeting. Won't you agree, my dear Luca?
Who are you?
Apologies, look at me beginning the conversation while I introduce myself. I am Sonny. And the one they sometimes call the White Glove, my friend here, is Luca, the fisherman. He's pretty famous in certain circles.
Man, he's a big boy. Look at the big boy. Hello, Paimon is
most alright. I know that you are Paimon, and this blonde traveler is Wonder.
You know us already?
But of course. It's just that before today my knowledge of you is much like my knowledge of the Chief Justice. In other words, I knew of you, but you did not know of me.
I feel so silly, because I thought from a distance this was Virgil. I thought it was like Virgil did a quick change. You know? I'm sorry, Sonny, that I mistook you. From a distance, I saw the blonde hair, but when you're up close, that is not Virgil's haircut. At all. Virgil's hair is flat, so I'm sorry, Sonny, for mistaking you with a character like that. I thought Virgil did a quick change. I was like, oh my god, like what is happening here?
With your fame and accomplishment, it's only natural that the news of your arrival would reach us as soon as you stepped in foot in Fontaine.
We're that famous?
You're too humble. How should I put it? To certain people, your arrival in Fontaine would be as if someone set off a bomb on the stage of Opera Epiclese.
Oh, wow. That's an interesting way of describing it. Who's your buddy over here?
Of course, I mean, this is only the most positive way. Don't you agree, my dear Luca?
But how can a bomb going off mean a good thing? Yeah, it's a bit of a, different phrasing here, I suppose. That doesn't make much sense to me.
I'm not very good with words. How would I put it, my dear Luca? Keep looking to Luca, maybe.
Linen and Lindy's magic show, blasting everything wide open to accomplish the impossible. Spine-tingling experience. Okay, so that makes more sense. Okay, I get that. I should have probably ascertained that what he was trying to say then. It's like, okay, it's like, it is a nice, it's nice in a sense that gives you that excitement, I guess.
Precisely. See, I would never have thought to put it like that.
If you say so.
Paimon's just like, yeah, whatever. It's okay.
Why are you called a white glove, though? Paimon doesn't see a glove at all. It's an interesting nickname. Look how pretty this is in the background.
Oh, now that is a hard question. How shall I explain? Imagine, if you will, that you're wearing a white glove. If something dirty were to get on your hand, then a dark mark would be left on the glove. My duty would be to find that dark mark and remove it from view.
So you're something like a cleaner?
Exactly, my dear Paimon. Oh, God, well, let him... No, don't clap. I was never able to succinctly summarize the nature of my work.
So people like you are the reason why the streets of the Court of Fontaine are always so well kept and tidy. So it's like the idea of like removing like bad things before they happen, so they don't stain the place. I don't know. It's interesting because he's like, imagine if you were wearing a white glove. If something dirty were to get in your hands, and the dark mark were left on the glove, my duty would be to find the dark mark, remove it from view. So it's not just to prevent it from happening. It's like literally like keeping the place clean in a way that's like. Does this again? Maybe I'm just like so worried about everything now in Genshin, like especially since like, you know, we keep getting people that are just trying to like take advantages of us sometimes, you know, but then also like there's also like more people that like actually care about us in this game, so that's why I'm also still very trusting of people sometimes. But this way of putting it feels so weird, like, you know, keeping the dark mark from view. Like, what is that? What do you mean? What exactly are you cleaning?
That's what I like to hear. Yes, you may understand it like that.
Okay, that makes sense to Paimon. Why would the cleaner need a knife? There we go. That's another thing, Paimon. Thank you for noticing this.
You may think of it as a small tool of the trade that we bring out when there are marks that are particularly hard to remove.
You killing people? You killing people, Sonny? Got it, thanks. Is your friend Luke here, Luca the fisherman, because he's really good at fishing? I love how Paimon's like still, you know, it's so friendly and so talkative and so like outgoing that she can carry a conversation like this, even with people that like are a bit strange. That's only part of the story, I'm afraid. See, there are many kinds of fish in Fontaine as well. And Luca here has really experienced at teaching people to spend some quality time with all different kinds of fish. Am I right? Wait, no! 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 You're talking about sleeping with the fishes? Wait. Paimon doesn't get it. If that's the case, then...
I must say, dear Paimon, that you really got a knack for asking the most difficult and fascinating questions. It was wonderful if we could have a longer conversation where I'll be able to answer everything to your full satisfaction.
Anything we can help with?
You see, we're extremely intrigued by the practice of diving. Fontaine's waters are full of priceless treasures left by nature and ancestors alike. We heard that you made a good friend recently.
Oh, this is a continuation.
And even went for a dive with him. Your powers were such that you didn't even need to use any diving equipment. Is that right, my dear Luca?
Keep asking Luca these questions. You want to ask about Virgil? Okay, good. Okay, from a distance, I literally thought that Virgil changed his outfit. I was like, Virgil, what the hell?
We want to ask about Virgil. So you know Virgil?
Virgil, that liar traitor. I just remember it makes Paimon mad. He was very awful. You recount your experience with Virgil, the Sonny, the white glove, and Luca the fisherman. Very trusting to give all this information out, but I guess it's like it doesn't change anything. Is that gonna get clapping? Gonna get the dirt out?
I see. Thank you for telling us all of this.
You're welcome. Paimon hasn't forgotten a single thing about that guy.
We, of course, exceedingly grateful that you're willing to share the whole story with us. However, from my own perspective, I'm even more relieved that you do not consider Virgil to be a friend. If that hadn't been the case, maybe I can put it like this: you had seen him as a friend. Things would have become quite awkward for both of us. Isn't that right, my dear Luca?
So he is speaking in kind of like traditional kind of like mob boss kind of way, where it's like, you see, if you were friends with him, I don't know what was gonna happen. Maybe some accidents might have happened, you know? Maybe it wouldn't have worked out well for us, you know? I'm so glad we see on the same page, you know? It could make things difficult.
I agree. Thank you so much.
What are you talking about?
They're Virgil's enemies, yeah. It's basically like him saying, if you were friends with our enemies, this would have been a problem.
Ah, look at you, Paimon.
Your words wound me, my dear sir. I have many friends and not a single enemy. Virgil's just one of my many friends. And speaking of dear Virgil, I think it's about time we have a serious talk with him. Surely you understand what I mean, dear Wonder. Of course, it's also so that we can get back at him for what he's done to you.
It's the least we could do for Honor's guest. That is so, like Sopranos. Like the Sopranos TV show, you know? Hey, it's the least I could do. At least I can do it with this guy coming over you. That's my Tony Soprano impression. So I'm sorry if that's terrible. You know, the Tony Soprano like, hey, yo, it's the least I can do. Hey, come on. This guy upsets you, I'll deal with it. And you don't ask how he's gonna deal with it? You're just like, okay, he's gonna deal with it. Paimon is lost. He's the white glove, that's all you have to know. Yeah, it's terrifying though. I don't know why this is scaring me so much. Okay.
We've already found a stronghold of Virgil and the rest of his friends. Why don't we meet up there?
Alright then, let's go. Paimon wants to talk to Virgil too. He has to make a formal apology to us.
Oh, you're too kind. Let's meet up at our destination.
What is happening? What?
I hope the weather's nice like this tomorrow as well.
Do you guys get that energy too? Maybe I'm just like, maybe it's because I'm rewatching the Sopranos. You know what I mean? And maybe that's it. And like all these like little subliminal things
I just tell it like it is. If
are getting me like, you know, are like making me
maybe
feel
that's
like,
their problem.
you know, that's what they're saying, but I could be
Quit
completely
following
wrong.
me.
Like, you know, the idea of like he knows how to make people spend quality time with the fishes, or how he's like, I'll clean up the dirt around town, you know? It just, and then also like, hey, you heard our dear friend, let's go talk to him. You know, the idea of let's go talk to him is horrifying. It's truly horrifying. I don't know. So the quest we're looking at here is, where is it now? Oh, that's another part of good and evil? What? Wait. Oh, I didn't realize that. My bad. We can come back and do a lot of stuff like this as well. So, whereabouts is the Fontanian message? I probably already went back and knowing me. Oh, here it is. Whoa. It's all the way over there. I mean, we're going there. That's a new place we're going to. So I guess we can travel to here. But it seems underwater? It seems underwater to me. Do you guys get that energy maybe? I don't know. We'll see. So this, obviously this is like almost like a default team, very much so. But like one team that I do want to get better with, so I think we're going to be using them a lot more. Is probably going to be Pleasant Shock. Because I do think that they're a good team. It's just a matter of me like it. Now, the thing is now, I don't know if... The idea was to put Xiangling on the team here, and Fisher was kind of stepping in for Xiangling. Xiangling is level 69. She's doing very good. Whoa, that was a great entrance. But she doesn't have like she has good artifacts actually, but they're not leveled up. So like, again, there's not much at stake really all the time. We're not going to be fighting big boss battles. So I say like, we'll see how this team does, right? Actually, you know what's funny about this? I'm about to talk about how like, oh, this team, I need to get better with this team. I realized, and you'll see it for the next episode, I'll talk about it too, like none of their talents are leveled up. Like they're not leveled up fully. Like Kaleigh's talents are not leveled up fully. A bunch of the characters don't have their full weapons leveled up. Like it is just like a bit of a mess. We're trying our best, even though they are like beautiful characters. It's my fault really. It's not even just about practice. Like obviously like their talents and they're not fully leveled. We will get there. We will for sure get there. Like, you know, Xiangling's talent's not leveled. Kaleigh's talent's not leveled. You have a team with fully no talents leveled. And I think they'll do a lot better next time. And also with Kaching, I was using her in property as well because I forgot you have to, like, after you use the main ability, you're supposed to, like, attack as well afterwards. But then again, it's just, like, I haven't used her in so long since we first got her, really. Or even had her, like, maybe she was on a trial, I'm not sure. But it's interesting, like, you know, when you realize afterwards, you're like, oh, that was the mistake. But yeah, that was the mistake. You know, there's no point in not trying it out. It's just her weapon, I believe, right now. Oh, no, we have a... Oh, cool. Okay, so that's not too bad. Energy recharge, but we probably want a better weapon than this even. We got this weapon, which is, like, HP. Obviously, I know for, like... Would this be a good Dragon's Bane? People were giving me tips on this a while back, but I kind of forgot. But I think right now, energy recharge is fine. Could we enhance this right now? Why not? Just get a little bit more energy recharge. Again, it's just a matter of like putting fire on people for now. But we could try this team out. And the reason I kind of like this team as well is because I like, you guys know I like doing different things in this game. I like, holy crap, this game's beautiful, isn't it? I like doing different things in this game and stuff, I guess, and like trying out different things. Sometimes, you know, sometimes we like a routine and we like different things as well. That's just human nature. But for me, with this game, I really like to try out is, you know, this team, because we don't really like, we haven't used many of these characters that we have in this team a lot, you know.
Nice and spicy.
Another test subject.
So like, say, put the fire on.
Suffocate.
I love this move, but yeah, we have to get better, right? We have to get better with these characters. Apply some Dendro.
Incoming.
Like, that's cool. That is sick. If we get, and then this move as well, accompanying that too, with this,
Speed of light.
like, that's sick. It's really sick, and like with how good the energy recharge on this is as well. Like, I really feel like this team could be very, very good.
Luca, get them. Nowhere to hide.
You know what I mean? And again, by the way, these characters are not leveled up.
Don't blink.
They do not have full artifacts. A lot of them like don't even have like fully leveled up artifacts. In fact, I think Barbara's fine. But they definitely don't have full leveled up artifacts. So I imagine that things are going to change once we get the weapons on, once we get all this stuff on.
Speed of light.
Like, it's definitely not like as OP or as fast as some of our other characters that we have, right? For sure. But I think that we can at least say that it's doing pretty okay. And like, again, I want to use Calais. Shangling's been recommended for a while. I think Cookie's another character that's been recommended so much. Oh yeah, and before we go any further, Xing Shou, because we all remember we got a bunch of constellations for Xing Shou. This constellation is pretty good, right? Evil Soother? Throughout the duration of Gua Sword, Rain Cutter, the damage dealt by Gua Sword Fatal Rain Screen is increased by 50%. That's pretty good. Like, a 50% increase in any type of damage is pretty freaking good. Okay, so... look at this bird. I guess we're going out of water then. It looks like it's like right on the edge here. Let's check it out. Beautiful stuff. I'm glad that like, and here's the thing, it's not me being like, I was right, man. I knew it. That's not what it's about. It's more a case of like, I think the reason why this game is so, look how cool this looks. This game is so well developed is because you can it allows the player to understand what's happening when it comes to gameplay and when it comes to like exploration. It's like, okay, I understand that this is what they wanted and they pulled it off really well. The example I always give is last time, the two last times we were in the water. The first time was like, I'm not afraid of the water here compared to like Subnautica. And then like you compare that to, and then someone was like, no, the developers legit wanted this. They let you, we're going down here? Oh my God. The developers like, we legit wanted you to like feel like, you know, it wasn't as scary. It was more like we wanted you to feel like it was a magical place, which is how I feel about it for sure. Fading Veteran? What? What is that? Where? Is that you? Oh, no, look at it. Okay, now I'm scared. Wait. Where is it? Is that an actual mini boss on the map? If so, I did not expect this whatsoever. Are they all sleeping in the flowers too? Where'd you go? There he is. Oh, the sound waves unlock him as well. Look at this. You just got sound wave, buddy. That's actually pretty cool that the sound waves like, are you disappearing again? Wake up, get out of here. No, where'd you go? He's down there. This is super cool. Oh my God. Where'd you go? Ah! And here's another example here where I was like, oh man, I really like the water combat because it feels like there was like a resistance to it, right? It feels like there was like, it feels like while it doesn't feel clunky, it feels like you're fighting against the water as well because that's like what water combat should be like. And someone was like, yeah, the devs also wanted this. They wanted you to feel that way. And that's just like good development. That's not me being like, I knew it. It's more just like, it allows the player to understand exactly what's happening. And I freaking love that about Genshin. Because it's one of those games that like, what comes first with Genshin always. Where are you, over here? Did we hit you? You're somewhere around here. I can see you there. Well, you might be moving now as well. I feel like we got lucky the second time. Yeah, it's really cool. The music here is really sick as well. Come here. Like, there's nothing about this that's like, it's like, oh, I don't want to do this, but there's also, it really feels really good to have the resistance of the water during the combat as well, where it's like, it's not just easy. It feels like we're fighting in water. It feels like we're out of our element in some way. Just trying to get some more health in here as well. There you are. Oh, you moved. Nice. This is a cool little, like, I know you guys don't call these mini bosses. I think it just comes from like my experience of playing games. Like if you have a health bar on the map, it's a mini boss to me. You know what I mean? But I think people would like consider maybe the bosses that are on the that you can find to unlock stuff is probably more mini boss-esque, which is okay too. Where are you? Oh, we got him. So the sonar thing is cool. Oh yeah, and then we have, oh yeah, someone as well said to get some of your achievements as well, because I probably have a bunch of achievements since I came here to Fontaine. Yeah, like so much since I came here to Fontaine. Like look at that. Not even funny. You know what I mean? And since he went, like I do this often, but since I came, look, oh my god, the amount of achievements we got since we came here to Fontaine. I haven't even checked this since Fontaine. I wonder how many we got off that. Quite a bit, I'd say. I appreciate you guys having my back with that. Thank you. Just reminding me with stuff. It's always a good idea. And does that mean another wish, by the way? That was a cool boss, by the way. Oh my god. Okay, that's fine. Okay, a 4-star. Under Seto's, we can also buy under Seto's constellation. We have a lot of constellations for characters that like we probably don't use yet. Like I think Cookies again has been another one that's been like suggested so heavily when it comes to that stuff. Let's see. Yeah, we'll buy one of these just to do one more wish. Why not? So yeah, Sethos has been heavily suggested as well, which I appreciate. And don't worry, we're gonna get Hu Tao. Like, how many days we have left? 13 days. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. We'll get Hu Tao. We'll be fine. Is this where they are? This is such a cool location as well. They want us to go down deeper. Honestly, usually we would switch to like usually like a Fontaine character. Fremine is usually one we switch to. But we're here. What do you guys think of these? I think that they're like such a nice thing to have sometimes if things are like, maybe if you're like someone who's like, I don't know, wants to get past something very quickly. But you can also, there's also the choice to explore a bit more too, which I appreciate too. Is he hiding down here? Look at all the fish here as well. There's definitely an air pocket up here, isn't there? Yeah. Wait. Oh my freaking god. Is he hiding up here?
Dear Paimon and my good sir.
Oh, Paimon, you got first billing.
This is the stronghold that Virgil has been using of late. I swear why this Virgil is still not back yet. If he's just going to keep us waiting, I might not be able to hold myself back from the shipment of synth.
Oh, this is him talking about it. Sorry, I'm doing the voice wrong. It's actually, I swear, why is Virgil still not back yet? He's going to keep us waiting. I might not be able to hold myself back to the shipment of synth. Hey, cut it out! The shipment that took us an arm and leg to get! Virgil will have no mercy for you if you were just to take it without permission. So Virgil is someone who is in a prominent position. What a pity. It would seem that our dear friend Virgil hasn't, I keep getting wrong. It's not my day today.
What a pity. It would seem that our dear friend Virgil hasn't returned to the stronghold yet. We can still have a chat with these guys, however.
But it doesn't look like they're in the mood for a chat.
I think they may change their minds soon enough. What do you think, my dear Luca?
The way he like relies on Luca is crazy. No problem. Hey, are you sure that there'd be no problem? Paimon thinks they'll probably just try to beat you up.
You're too considerate, dear Paimon. Something like that would be most unfortunate indeed.
Look at this setting. It's literally like all the wreckage underwater is so cool that they're resalvaging it as like a as like homes and stuff. For them, of course. Call an ambulance, not for me.
Another test subject. That tingle.
That was so quiet. 1 second, let me take this viewpoint. Look at that, it's so neat.
I've been through worse.
Oh my god. What Calais has, I said this before, Calais has some of like the most like upsetting lines sometimes. Like legitimately, like it's just like we're stuck on the table so we couldn't get it. Like it's just like sometimes the lines are just like she'll be talking like, you know, I don't like people talk, like it's like I feel so bad for our girl sometimes. And like she did have like a really tough time, so it's like it's not like I'm like, you know, it's not like it doesn't make any sense.
Just like we rehearsed. Cut to the chase.
So cool. You got stuck like me. Oh my god. Okay, if he's able to get up here, I'm able to get up here, Gabe. Okay? That's the deal we're making now.
Speed of light. Luca, get them.
You got a bit of fire damage on this guy. Pretty good.
That tingle, the hunter becomes the hunted.
Music as well, man.
Incoming. With sword from shadow.
I feel like we definitely just need to get more artifacts and more stats on these characters. I think that's like the basic problem, right? I think you guys would agree with that. It's not as a problem, and also like it is usage as well, because this could be a good team. I think it could be.
Speed of light.
Virgil, he's here.
The wrong test subject.
Oh my god, this is like, this is such a weird energy about this, right? Because he's like standing right there, just in the open on this ship. Like it's just such an like. And we just go straight into a battle?
Luca, get them.
Oh god. I thought we could cancel a bit, but there we can't. Let's blow me a bit.
Nice and spicy. Incoming.
Crazy stuff here with like again, I just didn't expect to see Virgil here at all. I thought like just showing up, like it gives me like in the best way possible. I mean it, like there's something like it's a weird vibe, right? Like just having a character like come out of hiding and he's just there. It's so different.
Your toast.
Music's fantastic, isn't it?
Let the show begin.
Trying to heal her up a bit as well.
Speed of light.
And yeah, obviously I know,
To the chase.
like, this fight would have been way quicker with, like, some of my other really tough teams. Talk to Virgil. So after we beat the hell out of him, we just talk to him? Please let me explain. This is all a misunderstanding. Mr. Sonny, you see, we only got into business because we heard there was more to be made, and since the higher-ups didn't agree, we figured we couldn't earn the money first, and then I'll turn the profits, and then turn the profits over. Yeah, that's exactly it. So you thought you were going to make profits off this? Do you owe money to Sonny? He's totally ignoring Paimon. I have no complaints against the organization, none at all right. I was also tricked by these crooks. That's the only reason why I did something so foolish. He is such a manipulator, isn't he?
Impressive. Very impressive. Wanda, you're very much every inch stronger as the stories have made you out to be. Don't you agree, my dear Luca?
Luca's like, I heard that he had it seems like he just needs to add a few more artifacts.
Super strong, incredibly formidable.
Please, if you still remember anything about the time we spent together, Mr. Sonny, Mr. Luca. Please, no. Oh my god.
Luca, our guests are still here.
Let's not do anything to courteous that might bring down their mood. Oh my god, he is totally like, this is what it means. Like, this is what it means. Removing the dark spots. Holy hell, understood. See the errors your way now, Virgil? It was my fault. It was all my fault. Please have mercy. We are literally, like, this chain of world quests so far has been so interesting to me. Like how they've like placed it out. It feels like a TV show almost, right? Do you get that energy too, where it's like we had the first episode where we like of this new season, and now this is like the next episode where there was a cliffhanger of what's going to happen with Virgil, and then we met these kind of like weird kind of like underhanded characters as well that have like kind of like a lot of like have something to hide in Sonny and Luca. I'm so interested in this.
My dear Virgil, you would never do something like that again. Paimon Wonder, I can promise you that the honor of Sonny the White Glove, as well as that on my father and son.
Let's go, Paimon. What are you going to do now?
Life can often be extremely boring when you understand everything in this world, isn't that right, my good sir?
Oh my god. Again, maybe it is just because I'm watching The Sopranos, but it's just like this line is it just gives me that energy where it's like, hey, look, you don't have to worry about that whatsoever, you know?
And if you must know, we will have a long and very serious chat with him. We will not take any more of your time, however.
Thank you so much, Sonny. Look, it seems there are more good than bad people in Fontaine after all.
Farewell, dear Paimon.
Look at Virgil's face. I've never seen an NPC character look like they just lost everything in one moment.
I hope that one day we'll be able to work together again.
That's done. That quest is done. Huh? We can't talk to Virgil?
Right, dear Virgil, you really put us through a lot of trouble. Now then, what should we do with you?
Sorry.
This won't do at all. You know full well the time flies, and it's now too late for you to turn back. Our organization has a justice code all on our own, and one of our most important rules is that in some trades, you must never do.
But, Mr. Sonny, please listen to me. The profit margin on this is just... So it's clear that he went off on his own and did something rogue against Sonny. That's clear. And it's clear that, like, it goes against what Sonny asked, but, like, maybe he did think he could make a profit before Sonny would even get angry. But it seems that this is the consequence of that.
No, not this again. Mora, Mora, Mora. Is there anything you care about other than Mora? What about your pride as a citizen of Fontaine? What about your conscience as you watch our countrymen turn into husks of themselves from this drink?
This drink?
Bah!
Oh, how shocking. Even, and Luca the bar, Luca even showing like some contempt here.
How shocking, even Luca is showing intense emotion in response to your words. You see, my dear Virgil, you've truly accomplished the impossible.
Oh my god. Mr. Sonny, please believe me. It's all because of what those guys said. They lied to me. I would not have done anything if not for...
Silence! You worthless dross. You're the exact kind of lowlife I've got no time for. Even now you're still trying to lie to me. Huh. Are you beyond dumb? Or do you think I'm dumb? Not so talkative now, are you?
This is so cool. Like this, again, it's a dark... Fontaine is a lot darker than I thought it would be. Because again, while like here's the thing, Virgil 100%, bad guy, tried to have us killed. Legitimately, wanted us to die, right? Obviously, I just think that this is like a scene that you wouldn't often see in Fontaine, where it's like, or in Genshin, where it's like, this is legit, like, from my perspective, this is like mental torture, right? Like, this is like someone like before they do something or as a punishment, are like making this, like, look at, like, Virgil's destroyed mentally right now. And again, he tried to kill us, right? I'm not saying like, oh, poor Virgil. That's not what I'm saying, right? You guys know that. I'm just explaining for people that might be passerbys with the playthrough. Obviously he literally tried to kill us. He literally tried to have us dead, and he also has like a very, very horrible take on how Fontaine should grow.
You even tried to hurt Wander. Did you even have the faintest inkling of who you were asked to deal with? You think that he could have trained someone as clueless as... To think he could have trained someone as clueless as you, I've really got to have a good conversation with him. But that's not willing... What? Wait, so... You even asked her, Wander, did you even have the faintest inkling of who you were asked to deal with? To think that he could have trained someone as clueless as you. So he's talking about whoever trained him. But that will not be something you will need to worry about, my dear Virgil.
Oh my god. Are these pumpkins? They're bull fruits. You don't mind if I take the bull fruits, right? You don't mind?
Not at all. Take what you need.
Can I take some of this stuff here? You don't mind? Oh my god, 10,000 more, huh? 20,000, what the hell? It's just Mora. It's legit just Mora. The music here. This is incredible. Did you hear the music here? Gorgeous. 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 I wonder if our reaction to this, here's the thing. I think that we have had a more serious tone ever since, what happened with We Will Be Reunited, right? Ever since that, our character Wander has had a more serious tone about himself. I think you guys would agree with that. I think you guys have agreed with that several times. That, you know, not that they're still very caring. They do so much for everybody, right? But it's kind of like the Mikasa line of, I've only got so much room in my heart to care about people, right? And I feel like that is like something you can to think about, where it's like, yeah, like, oh my god, from this place it looks really kind of scary, doesn't it, actually? There is some aspects to water that are scary, but it's not nearly as scary as Subnautica. It's easy to explore, I think. I think the developers are right when they said they made it more beautiful than anything. I think it's just like the green vines look a bit weird sometimes. Yeah, like... And there's a thing where it's like he tried to kill us. And what happened here was we had someone right after we got tricked and someone tried to kill us. We met another stranger who literally was like, I'll literally sort this out for you. This guy, we know this guy, he's a friend of ours, and I'll make sure that he never does this again. And I think from our, perspective, we haven't seen as many dark things as we've seen in Fontaine. Fontaine gets very dark. We saw what happened with the death in the first Archon quest. And I wonder if it is a thing for Wander and Paimon, where, to me, it's very, like, a clear situation here that this is, like, oh, wow! That's where that led to! We're in Poisson! So freaking neat. Yeah, for me, it's like, okay, it's clear they're probably going to kill this guy. Maybe they're going to kill this guy, or at least hurt him very badly. It's clear that they caused so much trouble and they're like actually going to like do something horrible to this guy, right? And I think it's a combination of like 50%, this guy hurt us, this guy tried to kill us, it's best that he doesn't do this again. I hope they make sure he doesn't do this again. And the other 50% is like, well, Wander and Paimon probably aren't thinking about like what the implications of like they're going to be, you know? And maybe we shouldn't be thinking about it too much either, you know? But it's very clear that whatever this white glove is,
Take it easy for a couple
we haven't seen the last of them. For sure. Very interesting quest indeed. Ain't that right, Melissa? Okay. So, with that being said, we have quite a bit to obviously explore here. Let's start by, yeah, because again, we have all the time in the world. And I want to make this clear to everybody because, you know, like, I'm sure people are like, can you explore this? Can you explore that? We got all the time in the world. We got so much time. You kidding me? Like, we're so lucky to be able to come into this place and take our time so much, you know? I do probably want to get this waypoint, so we might get this. Because, you know, too many gray waypoints are going to upset me. You know what I mean? Too many gray waypoints are going to upset me for sure. And I think this team did very well for a team that, like, I don't think they have, maybe they do have upgraded artifacts, they're not, just not very good. Yeah, they do, they're just not, probably not great. That makes sense, that checks out. Holy hell, look at this beautiful area. With the mountains as well. That was such an interesting quest. Such an interesting quest that happened there. I actually want to see more of them. Great. And the other one's underwater here. So I wanted to do a bit more exploring before we went on of the water here. Or of the underwater. It's just one of the most prettiest places that I've seen in Genshin. Now, I think what I want to basically do, I want to make sure that we get like a few of the markers over here. And then waypoints usually lead to some really beautiful locations. And I'm sure there's like quite a few world quests as well that are going to lead to us finding more interesting things. Like, we found enemies in the water as well. Like the crystal clear blue of this is so pretty. Like, look at this. It's so gorgeous. I wonder how below underground this marker is over here. Because there is a world quest over here. We won't be doing that world quest right now because we did a world quest today as well. Oh, it's right here. Ah, Jesus. Look at the blue of this location. It's stunning. It's absolutely stunning. I'm just mesmerized by the fact that they were able to do all this and make it work so well. This could have easily, and just being honest, it's because he could have easily sucked. He could have. An underwater level, like with characters who are already just used to running on land constantly, this could have easily sucked. Oh Jesus, the giant skeletons down here too. We have a challenge up there. We have like a chest up there too. Yeah, I want to like kind of like go around, and maybe we go around this way then. Probably would be a better idea. Go right above. Yeah, because I think there's a world quest this way. So to avoid just getting bumped into a world quest right away, we'll come back here later as well. Let's go this way and explore this way. Because it's nice to explore sometimes, it really is. To me, like, Genshin Impact isn't just like an Archon quest machine. It's not a series that I just, you know, just play just to see, you know, the progression of the story. Of course, I want to see the progression of the story and the characters. But it's everything I love about Genshin. I love the characters. I love the... Oh, look at the mouth. Holy hell, it's the mouth of a gigantic creature. Oh, wait. It's a part of the freaking island. That is so neat. But yeah, like I was saying, like, it's like, I love every aspect of Genshin. Music, characters, story, everything. Exploration. That is terrifying. A monster formed to make an island. Look how deep and vast this is as well. Like, it's way more vast than I thought it'd be. Should we go into this mouth? What you think? Famous last words? Catching? Famous last words? Yeah, all the underwater areas are absolutely gorgeous. So glad they're not, like, terrifying, you know? I know, this is kind of scary, right? This mouth here. But regardless of how, like, terrifying it is, it's still beautiful. There's a whole location under here as well. It's just nice to have, like, also, like, infinite amount of time underwater, too. Because, again, it's like a different game, right? Wait, we're not allowed down here? It's, like, pushing us back. There's, like, an air current. No, that's kind of terrifying. The idea of an air... Yeah, it's an air current. Maybe we go through... Oh, okay. And we're pushed out here. And look at that. Oh my god, there's a... No way, there's an air pocket in its mouth. That is so neat. Music's glorious, isn't it? A little air pocket in this freaking monster's mouth. I love it. Alienas. And look at this view then of Fontaine from this perspective. Could you imagine sitting here? Literally how... Wait, is that the village that they were talking about? This over here? We're gonna have to dedicate a whole load of time to talk. Let's talk to these two over here, because this is a whole part of the map we haven't even explored yet. We are doing the map bit by bit as usual. Yeah, look. Oh my god. Hello.
Prefer blue myself.
Welcome to play the city anytime. We'll be waiting. Okay. You might know if I ever get bored in Marissa Village, I'll come and meet you all in the city. Speaking of which, the sea breeze has been pretty strong. I always find my neck rather cold. I should sew a scarf for myself.
You are lovely.
What do you think of a black scarf? The sea at night is pitch dark too. We Mezzalines find it very peaceful. That sounds great, but if it were me, I'd pick a blue to go with the clothes.
Look at the little hat. Look at the little hat.
But your scarf, of course. You can decide for yourself, Luca.
So this must be... I guess this leads up to the village they were talking about on the tour, right?
Black's a good color.
Possibly. Yeah. So yeah, like I said, we're exploring the map bit by bit because I don't want it to become overwhelming. We'll go over here to this point to get this as well. But like... But then again, I can't see the actual village over there itself. But it's like goes all the way up there too. I can't wait to fully explore this whole world. Holy hell, are you kidding me? So, let's try. So I guess to get to this area here, we have to go back underwater first of all. Okay, back underwater. And maybe going this... Oh my god, I didn't even notice this as well. Because of the freaking mouth. There's more underwater areas, like actual buildings. And this, I guess, is all to do with like the idea of the prophecy as well. The idea that like, you know, and this is like the proof they have. Because they talk about how they don't really like believe in something unless it has proof. And this would definitely be seen as proof to me. Right? The idea that like there is like underwater areas that are like they used to be inhabited by humans and other creatures and other people and other races and all this stuff. But they're no longer inhabited and they're covered in water. Now you can see that here. One of these big boys over here, I'll take that. The supersonic stuff. Oh, that's one of these. Oh, can we get down? Maybe we can unlock it like this. Wait. Okay, so we... What is the point of that? It like revealed these little things here. Interesting. Because it seems we can't get in from down below. But there's some... Oh, we can maybe hit it from here? There it is. Yeah. Awesome. Take this, and we're gonna go up and hit that thing as soon as possible. We have to avoid the enemies, because as soon as you hit an enemy, it, like, disappears. This is so cool. And again, it's like, I have, like, this, like, how do I say it? Like, and again, it's what the developers are doing. It really feels that way. I have this fear of, like, I don't know if it's a fear, but, like, it's like this weird feeling of, like, man-made things underwater. And it's always been, like... Do we just walk by it, maybe? The music here is fantastic. Of like man-made things underwater, right? Maybe to hit it with something that's more aggressive, like a creature that's more aggressive. But this to me feels more like a... Like, I've described it before as like a movie I would have watched as a kid, right? Like I described Sumeru like that as like a Ghibli movie. This is more like magical, right? It's more magical, it's more mystical seeing all this stuff. It feels like it's like Oh no, the block is there, so we did something with that. Does that make sense? Where it's less scary and it's more like a fairy tale almost in some cases. So usually we hit the opposite one with the other color, right? To make it the same color. But it doesn't look like that's happening. Maybe we have to get more of an aggressive creature. I don't know. Or maybe we just go over and hit this one. Because I'm not sure what to do underwater. Well, the block is there again. I know those guys are hitting us. We'll hit them back as well now in a second here. Oh, that just opens up. I thought it would change the color. I know that opens it up. Oh, pretty fun to fight as well. The combat underwater is great. It's actually really great. So that unlocks something over here, which is this block. Activate the echoing conch. What? What did that do? Do we have to follow the echoes? Let's see. Maybe something... Just to this, maybe? Oh, there we go. We'll take this as well, thank you. Maybe that's what I was trying to do. Just lead us to this. Possibly. But will that... Can we hit this now? Maybe we have to hit this one first? I'm not sure how to hit it underwater. Maybe it told us in the tutorials here? So this seems to be a special biological device made by some ancient civilization of Fontaine. When activated, it generates visible sound waves that can detect invisible objects nearby. Okay, cool. We have this here, but like... the blocks themselves... Okay, not quite sure how to get that done. I'll be honest with you. But again, we'll move on over here to this quest marker to see... or this waypoint. Look at you. You're an enemy? Hello. Look at you, you look so proud. What are you called? A bubbler seahorse. You are an enemy though, right? Before I do this? You are an enemy? I'm not sure now, I feel kind of bad. You look amazing.
I am amazing. This is my normal attire. I wear this all the time.
Jesus Christ. And then these two like little guys watching from the side. Yeah, the combat's actually very, very good in this game. Underwater. It's more than I could have hoped for. Take some of this stuff as well. Oh, here it is. Yeah, like it's just like you know what's kind of feels interesting about the underwater area, and I suppose it's probably like this in real life too, where it does truly feel as though like this underwater area feels like it's a different place altogether. It feels like it's part of a different world. It feels like you're in a different world. It feels like I'm exploring a place like that's separate from our reality in a lot of ways. What's under here? Hydro crystal fly. So interesting. And there's like a little chest here as well. So this is another one of those things where you have to activate this. Was it another gameplay tutorial? A fantastical floating ball, a mysterious sphere-shaped device that seems to be capable of detecting water pressure at certain depths based on the variables of weight. It will activate when affected by high-pressure water currents or by similar factors. The ring device will activate upon contact with the sphere due to mysterious reasons. The mysterious sphere-shaped device that seems to be capable of detecting water pressure at certain depths based on variable weight. It will activate when affected by high-pressure water currents or similar factors. So it's... Let me read this now again. Okay. Music is so good. It detects water pressure. Okay. So if we change the water pressure? Does this change the water pressure? That stopped the water pressure. Do we then go over to the ball? Sorry to break it to you there, buddy. Yeah, man, there's so many like untold mysteries that we're gonna find down here for sure. Gotcha. Oh, and it's an Orichalcos. Great. Man, and you look at this just in this perspective, how murky the water gets and how it makes you want to explore, but it's also absolutely terrifying to explore as well. I guess there's another ball over here as well. Do we like actually want to go over to the ball and maybe move it? Or maybe we want to change this again? Because if you change that, it moves the ball over like over to here. Right? Oh, but there's also maybe we can break apart that area over here like this. No. We don't want to kill this little guy here as well when we don't need to. Or maybe it just swaps the currents around? And there's also this... Oh, there's this to break over here, I suppose. Maybe just gonna activate more pressure. And this moves the ball this way. Did that do something? Do we have to move the ball into the rings? What if we stop the pressure up here by standing in front of it? How does that work? Lord, who knows? That did something anyway, so maybe now if we change this again? No, because then it moves it over there. We want to stop it over there. We want to stop the water from being flowing over here. Like this. So maybe if you go through the ring with it. Well, you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. I believe in you. I believe in you. Maybe if we, like, stand in front of this. How do we do this, I wonder? You can go down, it's fine. Let's see. So, we want it to flow over here, but not here. Do we just keep going with this? Like this? Maybe we can push it in? No! Maybe, oh, we can... Wait, did it change? Interesting. No, we don't want that. We don't want that. We don't want that. We don't want that. How are we doing this? There we go. Okay. And then unlock the chest. Okay, fair enough. Whatever that did, we did it. Okay. That was a nice bit of exploring the water as well. I had a blast. Let's get you before we leave. No? Yeah, no, okay, okay, we gotta do this, okay. This is the pride thing. Gotcha. And we set a fish free. What a day. So the Hotel de Bord. And I can't wait to have a nice little conversation with Navia. Light and shadow weave a tapestry as dreams and reality merge and collide. Can you see through it and find the truth behind the magic? Tonight, the most dazzling twin stars of the Court of Fontaine shall reveal the secret. So that's the, Oh, wait. Before we go any... That was a loud click. I'm so sorry, guys. Before we do... We can just warp there again. Before we do that, I kind of want to go and see if, like, Fremine is hanging out... Again, wishful thinking. Like, they don't have to do this. Fremine's house is this way, isn't it? Here. Yeah, he's not hanging out here. Can we go in? Lynette, can you come home? What? Someone's climbing on the windows. Yeah, we'll just warp right up here, back up here.
Lynette, please. They're saying where's Fremine? We'll be home soon. Don't worry about it.
Let's go see Navia again, who we said was a perfect design. Saved her butt last time. Thank you, Navia.
I came here several times with my father when I was little, but stopped eating here as often after growing up. I hope the food here will be to your taste.
Honestly, like, it looks pretty fancy.
Oh, don't worry. We haven't eaten at a hotel like this in a while. Paimon's getting excited already.
I can't think of a fancy hotel we've eaten in.
In that case, I'll go order for us first.
We've eaten in hotels and
Wait here a
inns and stuff
moment.
like that have been fantastic, but...
Ooh, everything looks so good. People in Fontaine sure know how to enjoy life.
I love it.
Why, of course. Go ahead, try whatever you like. If the food's good, I'll make a group reservation for the rest of Spina di Rosula next
Is that
time.
lasagna? Looks really good.
And if it's not? Well, then I'll still bring everyone. Albeit with only one dish per table.
Fair enough.
You, sure have your own way of doing things.
Yeah, and it's appreciated.
Oh, we called this a farewell meal, but we could also treat it like a victory feast, right? We did just win that case after all.
Yeah, and it was a pleasure working with you. You saved the day, Navia.
Oh, true. Very true. In that case, boss, we'll have another
Oh my god,
2
Paimon's gonna
dishes.
be indebted to you. Paimon's gonna love you forever.
Paimon didn't mean that you had to order even more food.
Paimon's gonna love you forever. That soup looks great.
Speaking of cases, do you think that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances will get caught soon now that this has all happened? Well, we've certainly taken a big step forward, but I feel that's about it. We know that there's an organization that means to dissolve these young women, but we still don't know what they are really after.
Yeah, and that's such a scary thought in general, the idea of trying to dissolve young women with water.
If it hadn't happened right in front of us, Paimon wouldn't have ever believed that a person could be dissolved
Exactly,
like that.
and that's what it was such a dark moment, Paimon.
Right? Yet it was because this was such a preposterous notion that the investigation could never really move forward before.
Yeah, and that makes sense. It's the idea that it was so off the wall crazy.
Ugh. If only that guy could have finished speaking. We were so close to hearing who was behind it.
In such investigations, even the smallest step can seem like a yawning chasm if the trail of clues is cut off.
Right, that's actually such a good way of putting it. It's the idea that if you have information, it can feel like so frustrating, right? It feels like it's like even, like she said, even the smallest thing. It feels like the biggest, like, obstacle.
To be honest, I don't have high hopes for any follow-up that the authorities might conduct.
Oh, for real?
It's not that I don't have faith in their ability. It's just that a different perspective is required in some matters.
Right, okay.
It's easy to guard against and deceive a single narrow perspective. A shift in thinking is required at such times in order to produce a breakthrough.
Yeah, turning the case upside down, 100%. That's how, like, we solved this entire case.
Which is exactly why the Spina di Rosula exist. Those highfalutin folk
Music here is fantastic too as well.
all-knowing. That's why we exist. To seep into the cracks where filth falls through, where their watch fails them. That's the kind of problems we solve.
Okay, so they're kind of, like, again, like you said, like filling up the cracks, right, I suppose.
Seems Paimon thought things were simpler than they actually are.
I think we're learning that, like, you know, as usual, another nation has a lot of, like, issues. Not issues, maybe, but, like, maybe, like, again, like Paimon is saying, there's a lot of, like, different details about it we don't know yet.
It's all right. Well, this was supposed to be a farewell meal, so I doubt you have further interest in this business.
I'm sure
right?
we're going to be getting into the business.
Let's talk about something else. Like, what are your future plans?
We wanted to ask the Hydroarchon for some information, but we haven't had much opportunity to do so.
That's true. We didn't have a chance to speak to her after the trial ended. It didn't really seem like the right time or place to do it.
Right, yeah, it
anyway.
didn't at all. Yeah, especially since, like, she was, like, very high emotions. We were high emotions. It was a very, like, high stakes moment as well, I suppose.
I see. So, your primary objective, which has been foiled so far, was to have a chat with the Hydroarchon.
It seems simple, doesn't it? It seems very simple.
I've heard that there's a long line of people waiting to meet Lady Farina. I suspect you'll be waiting for quite a while, considering that you missed your chance today.
Yeah, they mentioned she was so popular, didn't they?
Yeah. We've heard that she's super popular
Yeah.
here in Fontaine, and that it'll be tough getting any of her time.
I mean, we could probably use, like, the fact that, like, you know, we are the traveler, quote unquote, as a way of getting this.
Well, would you consider some more, unique ways?
Oh?
Perhaps even methods of, let's say, questionable legality?
Oh, questionable legality is what we're going with.
That's Spina di Rosula's boss for you. Chock full of sketchy ideas. Well, what did you have in mind?
Honestly, I kind of like her. I kind of like that aspect as well, right? The idea of, like, you know, again, if you have to fill up the cracks, you're going to have to get, like, a little bit dirty sometimes.
Well, one way would be to infiltrate a performance troupe at the Opera House.
What?
Only to abandon your act at the play's climax and
No!
ask to speak to her after the performance.
That'd be so sick.
I'm sure Lady Farina would be eager to see the ending and would agree in order to finish watching
That is
the
so,
play.
again,
Don't you
playing
think?
on the personalities of Fontaine and the idea of, like, we need to finish the performance. And people have to be satisfied at the end.
Could you suggest something a little more practical?
Oh.
This plan seems pretty hard to pull off. We'd have to go learn how to act, and acting's really hard.
It'd be so much fun, though.
All right, here's another. Find a way to conceal yourselves under her bed. Then wake her up in the dead of night and demand answers. Don't let her go back to sleep until she answers all your questions.
I think the guards would arrest us right
I
away.
can personally testify that this one works. When I'm sleepy, I'll do anything as long as I can finally get some sleep.
I love Navia so much.
That might work, but that's not really the problem. The problem is we don't want to get ourselves arrested.
Exactly. If we are caught doing that, we are done.
Valid point. I overlooked that part. I was just thinking about leveraging a person's desire for sleep.
How can you overlook something like that? Navia's great.
All right,
Like-
no more joking around. Perhaps you could... Oh, I don't know. Cut the line when she's on a break.
Like, the reason I love Navia so much and like their explanations here is that they are very much like I don't know, they're again questionable legality, but it seems like it's one of those things where it's like again, it's even Navia has that Fontanian aspect as well, where it's like it's a grand spectacle, or like it's a grand gesture, right? The idea of like, aha, I was under your bed this whole time, right? It's like a very Fontanian thing as well. Even Navia has that as well.
You did defeat her in court, clearing citizens of hers from false accusations. False accusations she had nearly upheld personally. I imagine that she feels quite ashamed about the whole thing.
She tried to run. We saw that on her face. She tried to run.
You mean that if we catch her while she's on a break, she might be too embarrassed to refuse? Oh, that does make some sense.
Would someone with her personality personally feel shame? I think they would. I think we saw that. I think the reason why she fought so hard as well is because she wanted to keep up that kind of appearance. That victory kind of doesn't just mean a victory for justice. It's a victory that comes along with like adoration and love, and it's also like, you know, the embarrassment of losing in front of everyone, being wrong in front of everybody. She tried to quickly explain it away. You're the problem. Remember, she pointed at the guy who planted the evidence. She's like, "Oh, it was you who did that. It wasn't me." You know. Even though, like, he did plant that evidence, you know what I mean?
Why don't we give it a try after this meal? You know, strike while the iron is
Oh, look at
hot
that chef in
now.
the background. Yeah, I'm all for it. That chef is so cool. Yeah, no, I think this is an interesting idea. It's probably gonna be easier than joining a full acting troupe, even though that would have been a great. I would have let them take like 10 hours out of the Archon quest to have us do like a full like theater kid thing, and we bring Fishlin to help us.
Paimon, did you drink my Fanta?
Fanta?
Was this your drink?
Oh, Paimon.
Sorry about that. Paimon wasn't really paying attention, and the cup was right next to Paimon.
Yeah, it's right next to her.
Would you like to order another?
No, it's fine. We're just about done here.
Yeah, oh, Paimon just drinking. It's such a natural thing to happen at a dinner party right, as well, drinking someone else's drink by accident, I suppose.
Alright. Honestly, Paimon wouldn't recommend Fanta anyway. It tastes kind of salty and icky.
My drink also tasted that way too.
Is that so? Well, in that case, we'll have to blacklist the Fanta here.
The way
then.
you're saying that is so serious, Navia.
If we're all finished eating, then I'll go pay.
Yeah, we're stuffed. Thanks for the treat, Navia.
Really sweet conversation, obviously, but obviously, like, there's like one of the reasons I actually think Navia is very fun to be around.
Oh, so full. Paimon can barely float anymore.
It's like, how do I describe it? Like a sweet underhandedness, where it's like Navia's fantastic. She's helped us out in that trial, and she's kind of like works underground of the city in a way, like you said, filling in those cracks. But like it seems like even though it's questionable legality, like it's almost like the morals in the end still are upheld in a lot of ways. Maybe we'll see how things change as we're going forward, because we know that Navia disagrees somewhat with the way that the court system here is in Fontaine. And I'd love to expand upon that as we're going forward. I'd hope this isn't the last time we see Navia. I imagine we're going to see them again. Paimon can barely float anymore. You could try walking, you know. You could try floating a little lower. That's an interesting point. We can carry Paimon if they need us to carry them.
Can't you see Paimon's barely an inch off the ground?
Yeah, that's our fault. That's my fault, Paimon.
Okay. As for expenses this month...
Oh, did we spend all your money?
With...
Hey, Navia, what are you doing?
There's no
over
way she spent all her money on us. That's going to make me so sad.
Nothing. It was just a meal, you know?
No!
Nothing the Spina di Rosula can't cover.
Oh my god, that was pretty tough for her. No, take all my money.
there? Let's get ready to try to meet the Hydro Archon again. Bye, Navia!
So this is goodbye, huh? Well, if you do encounter any other trouble in Fontaine, you're always welcome to contact the Spina
That means
di
the world.
Rosula.
Thank you so
I'll
much.
give your request the highest priority.
No, you're fantastic. One of the best designs we've ever seen.
In any case, I wish you smooth sailing. I'll see you again, partner.
See ya!
Here we go. As light rain falls without reason. Interesting, as light rain falls without a reason, like without reason. With Navia here, like, it seems that, like, my judgment of Navia's character so far is that she is not only someone who's helped us greatly, is someone who like is also maybe in a way trying to keep up appearances of the Spina di Rosula. You know, she clearly doesn't, they don't have like a fantastic budget for expenses here. If like after we had that meal, she was a little bit worried about the expenses, right? Which makes sense if they're like an underground kind of organization that kind of like fills in the cracks some things that the actual authorities in Fontaine can't do. That would be totally understandable and totally makes sense to me if she can't actually like fulfill that completely, especially if we had such a gigantic meal. It was actually like, you know, they subtly hinted at like, you know, not being able to afford absolutely everything when, you know, she was like, oh, 1 dish per person, 1 dish per table, or even like when Paimon drank the Fanta, it wasn't just a thing where it's like, oh, she drank the Fanta, that's funny. It's like, oh, maybe she doesn't have like as much, you know, of a budget as she let on. Maybe she's trying to make the Spina di Rosula maybe seem a bit more important, or maybe a bit more like capable in a lot of ways. And maybe that's a part of it. It's like keeping up appearances. Maybe a lot of people in Fontaine are keeping up appearances in their own way. You know, not just Farina. Now, the other side of that, we have a character like Navia who clearly wants to, like, clearly doesn't agree fully with the way that the court systems are here in Fontaine. Clearly, you know, doesn't agree with the blurring of the lines fully with the when it comes to the like the idea of like every court system being in a performance. But I feel like also when it comes to Navia, they still are like very like someone from Fontaine. Like if you talk to them without even knowing what like who they where they're from, you would guess Fontaine. Not just in the outfit, how beautiful it is, but in the way they kind of like have very like grand schemes almost, you know, or like grand ideas and big ideas. And I feel like Fontaine is a place of like big ideas, and Navia definitely has those big ideas. Even if like, you know, the idea is like, hey, join a big troop or hide under the bed. I know it's not like a gigantic like massive idea, but what it does say to me is that, oh, it's over here. Okay. You know, you get what I'm saying? It is an interesting thing for me. I actually like really, I really enjoy talking to the characters here. Obviously, we're not going to get a full view of each character right away. I believe Navia will have her own story quest as well, which is fantastic. Just like Farina, just like this dude, Nuvelit, and Lenny will also have their own story quests as well. Not as many story quests as I thought there would be, but then again, that's fine. You know, that's fine. We still have like a whole bunch of stuff here we can do as well. Clorinde will, oh my god, wait. These are all Fontaine like grouped characters, right? That's super interesting. Okay, because like there's at the end there I saw Clorinde. So this might be all Fontaine story quests. There's actually quite a few of them. That means there's no Natlan story. Do the Natlan story quests get only added after I wonder the Natlan story quests only get added after here to after they like actually like progress through the Archon quest. We can go on the ride, but I think it's probably best to go just over here. Yep. Wait a second. So I need to ask you guys a question. Which is left and which is no? We're not doing that. We're not doing that right now. Yeah. It's interesting. I can't wait to meet more of the characters. I can't wait to understand Navia a bit more as we're going forward. I can't wait to understand Farina a bit more as we're going forward. Farina, though, like, above all else, seems like a character who is, like I said, is a character who is, like, very, like, has a very strong sense of what, like, actual, like, justice is. Has a strong sense of, like, a protection of, like, the, like I said, I guess you could call it the cracks, like, the things that slip through the cracks. Wanted to make sure that those things aren't forgotten about. I hope that money thing is okay. It just seems like much, and again, it could just be like maybe not even like trying to like cover things up. Because here's the thing, guys. It's like you know, this is how speculation works. I need people to like understand that as well. Like speculation is not just like it's okay to like speculate on multiple different things, even if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and that's grand. You could be wrong. That's why it's a speculation. That's why I'm asking questions. Like when I say stuff like, oh, I wonder if like they don't, the Spina di Rosula trying to keep up appearances that they have are more powerful than they are. They have a lot more money than they are and stuff like this than they have. That's not me saying that's the truth. That's me asking questions. That's me trying to figure stuff out, and we might have a different perspective at the end of it. That's what's so fun about this. There's no, like, it's not about, oh, I got this right or I got this wrong. It's about just freaking you know, enjoying the idea of speculating and thinking about what's happening in front of us and seeing what's happening in front of us.
That's all it is. That's what I like about it, okay? That's what I love.
I think you guys like hearing the speculation too, wouldn't you say? I think you guys like actually enjoy hearing me talk about different things, even if I am wrong or if I am right.
There aren't many people around anymore. Looks like that boat we took to Araneas might have been the last one.
Also, there's the last boat for the day.
Vasher.
Again with this voice. Vasher.
Looks like we're back here again. Huh? Traveler? Are you hearing voices again?
It's clearer than it was during the day. It was very clear. It was barely ethereal this time.
That's kind of spooky. Are you sure we don't want to come back in the morning?
I think it's probably best if we try, but I know it's scary, but
Vasher.
it's like a desperation in the voice as well.
Hey, why are you still walking towards it? There might be something nasty in the water.
Oh no, I get it, Paimon, but I can feel some strong emotions.
Hang on. Paimon can kind of hear a voice. It's calling for Vasher, right?
You can hear too?
Hey, traveler? Stop walking.
Wait.
Come on.
Oh, he's
wake
getting...
up.
Oh no. What has happened? What have we done? Wait. That's the Oceanid. Where is... That's who was talking to us? Where's this?
Vasher. Are you my dear Vasher?
Did we pass out and end up here?
No, wait. You seem to be someone else. Do you know Vasher? Do you know where my love is?
I'm afraid not. What have we stumbled on upon? Like, it's obviously, like, the Oceanids are beautiful, but I'm just kind of like...
Wait. Who am I? I'm very sorry. I fear I do not know.
This is such a... Again, Genshin, like, play with my mind again as well. We kind of, like... Paimon could see that we were going into a daze, and then we came here. I wonder if our body is still over there, in Fontaine.
My memories feel like they have been washed away like a flood.
Oh.
So many fragments dissolved amidst the tide, never to be recovered.
Oh my god.
How much have I lost? How many things that I once held dear while on land have I since forgotten?
You were once human?
Yes, that is what I was once. But now, I am but the consciousness of one who is lost, therefore.
So you were used to be human who now became an Oceanid. You lost your
I
form.
do not know how I came to be like this either. I only vaguely remember being covered in light blue water, and then all grew dim.
What? Could she have been one of the girls who was dissolved? No way. And she became an Oceanid. What? Look at this.
I also remember going to many places.
No.
I loved adventure, loved exploring places of peril.
There's no way that she's one of those girls. And it looks like we're encased in water, like a realm of just water. There's no way.
No matter where I went, Vasher would go with me. I knew how dearly he loved me. And I also loved him equally as much.
If this is one of those girls, I know this is gonna hit me in the heart. I know this is gonna be depressing.
But now, we can no longer go back. The pain of such parting. I never knew how heavy.
Of course. Do you need me to? I was gonna say that. I was gonna say, we have to find this Vasher.
No. Our reunion no longer has any
Oh.
meaning. There is no way for us to create any new
Oh my
memories.
god, that hurts. She feels as though there's like, yeah, since there's no way to create new memories, what's the point of the reunion?
The thought of me gives him no succor. So let it lie forgotten beneath the waters.
Oh, but that is so, and again with the prophecy as well of the water, like you know, rising and erasing everything. Like, and she's talking about how the waters, like, it feels like the waters have erased her memories, or feel, but not her feelings towards Vasher.
If you meet Vasher, tell him not to look for me. Tell him to move on.
That's so heartbreaking.
That is the only thing I still remember.
I believe it'd be hard for him to forget you, especially if you did so much together, if you're always by each other's side.
Perhaps that is so.
Look at this.
As I was submerged in the waters, losing consciousness, I saw Vasher above the surface. His eyes were filled with such sorrow, such longing.
Wait, what the hell? And you remember being submerged in the waters. Is this...
If only I could have comforted him, told him that I did not suffer. Indeed, I had felt a great warmth.
And all she's thinking about is like, how can like I tell him that I didn't suffer? But yeah, then he saw it happen. Why didn't he tell me? Like, why? Like, what? Vasher was a witness. What? That you're
Is that
dissolved?
what you call it? Dissolving. If anything, I consider it a form of release.
And you saw it as a release.
It was a state of neither fear nor frenzy, with only an endless peace, like the water's still surface.
What is happening?
I could also liken it to being a thirsty person who drinks water for the first time, and only then sees how they have lived for so long in a world of endless want and anxiety.
So after the body's dissolved, their consciousness still remains. But the way that she describes this, like, it's so understandable, right? Have you ever been so thirsty and you have that first glass of water of the day? Or like after a long day at work and you forget to drink some water during the day and you take a sip of water and it is like, it feels like it's the best drink of water you've ever had in your life. But in this case as well, it's like you realize that you've lived in a world where you'll never be satisfied and it's constant anxiety. It's so relatable, right? It's like, I want this, or I need this. I want to keep going to get this. And it's worried about like what other people are thinking. But it seems here you still have like that in your measure of consciousness. You're still thinking about Vasher.
I think I hear your companion. It's time for you to go, I think.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that it's Paimon calling for us. Oh no, Paimon! I wonder how much time has passed in reality.
Farewell, then. I am glad that you were able to sense my presence. Remember, if you see Vasher, tell him not to seek me out any longer.
That's gonna be very... If this dude loves you, that's gonna be very difficult. You need to understand that. Why did he witness something though, and he didn't say anything? Like, what? I'm so confused. What with that interaction was incredible. Paimon, what is happening? Wait, what? Navia's outnumbered? What is... It's the freaking mechs, the clockwork mechs. And she's... Oh my god, look at Navia. Look at her. Spinning the blade. Are you kidding?
Look out!
We need to help Navia without thinking. Let's go.
Dear God, it's a whole army of Gardamex.
Guard mechs, yeah. Why though? Clorinde!
Clorinde?
What? Wait, no, she's helping. She's helping. Oh my god, she's helping. I thought Clorinde was coming after us and I was like, okay, we're probably done. Oh, she's so cool. What is even... Oh my god, this scene. Come on, Navia. I have chills. I have chills. Look at Clorinde. Oh my god. This music as well. Oh, the gun as well, the flintlock. The choreo of this. Look at this. Oh my god, 3 in the behind it. Navia comes in. What even happened here? Look at you two amazing women. Oh my god. What even happened here? Can you imagine having these two in your at your back in an alley fight?
I should thank you for lending us your sword there, Clorinde. But before I do so, could you explain how you managed to show up here?
There's Navia is trying to be calm. There's also like a little bit of a desperation in her voice as well. You can hear it, a little shakiness. As you would be like, this is like we woke up and this was just happening outside.
I followed you. It seemed to me that danger has followed you more closely as of late.
Oh, that's probably because you were talking to us, in all honesty. So Clorinde could sense some danger. Look at this character's design as well. I love it. I love it so much.
I believe that following someone without their knowledge is actually called stalking, is it not?
Honestly, Navia, in this case, like, it's obviously very weird to have a guard following you, I'm very grateful she was here. Look at us in the back. We're not doing too well.
Mr. Callus's last wish was for me to ensure your safety,
Callus's.
and I will not betray his trust. He would do the same, were he alive today.
Do not speak of my father.
Oh, that definitely hit a nerve as well.
Sorry, demoiselle. I was not strong enough.
Oh, there was like 30 Gardamex there.
Thank you for your aid, Miss Clorinde, but do keep an eye out for your manner of speech. I believe we all wish to avoid unnecessary emotional harm.
And this is like, I'm sorry to like get sidetracked here, but this is why Genshin is so good at this stuff, right? We have a character like Navia who like fills in the cracks for all of Fontaine, and now we're seeing like the kind of like cracks in her emotional wall show as well. No character is perfect, no character is pristine, no character is perfect all the time, and that's what I love when they portray characters in Genshin. Obviously it's hard to see sometimes, but we see here there is some like emotional stuff that will get her like to stop being, you know, the, as she said herself, the fancy lady that she is, you know? Not that it's, you know, not that you can't be fancy and angry, you should be able to feel all the emotions you want, but you get what I'm saying.
Sorry, I did not consider your feelings.
I can't wait to get to know Clorinde more as well. That was crazy, like we literally just woke up and there was like 30 Gardamex.
Whatever. What else do you know? How did you come to the conclusion that I'd be in grave danger?
I doubt I know much more than you, but I believe that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances is very powerful.
To the point that they can control the Gardamex.
Your performance tonight will almost certainly attract their attention.
In the trial? Or this?
I'm sure they've known about me. To be honest, I'm shocked it's taken them this long to act against me.
Right, so because she was the one who, like, pointed out that it wasn't Linny, and even though the blame was going to be put on Linny, or they tried to put the blame on Linny, because she was the one who, in the end, caught it out. Now she's caught the attention of the person who's making the girls disappear. This is one of the most intriguing stories they've had in Genshin. It's a mystery. It's a freaking murder mystery. Or I guess like at least like a kidnapping mystery.
And what about these Gardamex? I thought only those associated with the Maison Gardiennage could control them.
Yeah.
None of these mecha have serial numbers. I was sure to check a moment ago. They are not the ones used by the authorities to enforce the law.
So someone made these? Or someone just used them or found a way to use them?
I can only conclude that some powerful or wealthy party must have obtained them via illegal
That's not
means,
good.
deploying them as a private force of sorts.
It's not good at all. Navia's gonna need you, like, again, Navia's tough by herself. But, like, Paimon was desperately trying to wake us up because that is a situation that no character should be in. Not one character should be in that situation. It doesn't matter how tough they are. It doesn't matter if it's our guy Xiao or whatever. It's like 30 Gardamex in one.
What? Your point being that they're out of Spina di Rosula's league then?
And she's not going to take this. She's not going to take this. Right? Because obviously I didn't mean this either. I think Navia, what she did was incredibly tough. She's so powerful. Like, that, those moves she was doing, the stuff that she was pulling off was incredible, right? But I think it's also, like, fair to notice that, like, if you put, like, how do I say, like, if you put Sino in the middle of, like, and I'm picking a very tough character who we know is tough. If you put Sino in the middle of 30 mech guards, you know, you're going to be happy that Alhaitham shows up as well to help out too, you know? Because it's freaking tough. Like, that is crazy. To get out of that without any serious injuries?
Yes. Be careful, and do not
Clorinde being
act
honest with her.
rashly.
I will continue investigating no matter what. We will bring the truth to light. That's my father's true last wish.
So there's a determination here from her father who died, where she has to find out the truth of this, and it makes sense, like, why she was so determined to help us in that trial as well. It's not just about her feelings about the actual the trials themselves, but it's also like an emotional thing that goes along with it, which can be a big driving force for anybody.
Regardless, thank you for your help today, Clorinde.
Yeah.
But if you get any ideas, tell me first. I don't much appreciate being followed.
I do not think that they'll strike again anytime soon. So I shall stop following you. Good day, all.
This again, I know some people don't like Clorinde's character. I think it just reminds me, it's like such like a cool, like almost like a Bloodborne character in a way. I freaking love it. The colors are so pretty. The eyes are so pretty as well. The way the hair hangs down in the face, I love it as well. But yeah, like what happened here is like, I think it's like what we're learning here as well, that like, is that Navia has a determination to solve this case because of her father. And I feel like she wants the Spina di Rosula and herself to do this, so it's maybe why she's not like, she's so determined to maybe not want help all the time, or not want to be seen as like, you know, someone who needs help, or maybe even maybe like if we're looking at a different perspective, it's like maybe she wants to be able to do this herself because then she is able to fulfill that dying wish. Or at least she wants to be a major player in it because she helped us out too.
We've gotten today.
That they're after you?
Demoiselle, I believe that Miss Clorinde was being sincere with you. If we tried, we could attempt to thaw relations a little.
I know, She's...
Who is that? So we were out of it. We tried our best. We took out the sword though. We tried our best.
Oh, thank goodness! Paimon thought we were done for!
Oh, Paimon. And how scary that must have been, Paimon, as well.
Those Gardamex came out of nowhere while you were unconscious, and Nadia and her gang saved us!
Oh my god, thank you, Navia. You took that. We took it to heart. It was like 5 minutes ago when we left dinner, and you said you'd help us if we needed to.
Oh, and
if
there
we
was
needed
that
to.
champion duelist named Clorinde who came out to save us too! We got lucky there. Paimon probably couldn't have fought them off otherwise.
And you shouldn't have to, Paimon. No, we're not gonna. No, thank you for the rescue, Navia. Paimon was terrified. I'm not gonna make jokes now.
Come now. Forget all that polite talk. That wasn't really a farewell meal we had back there. Not for me, anyway. In truth, I hope that every meal we have together shall be a victory feast.
I'm so glad that we have a character like this on our side. So glad.
As such, we're still partners. There's no need to thank me.
Yeah, so this is what I was getting at. Yeah, she definitely like sees like that we can help, and like I think that's why she's like, I obviously think it's like she's a sweet character. Like she helped us out like a lot. Like, and I'm happy to help her out with this because we want to find out the truth too, right? Especially after meeting this Oceanid.
It will take 50 years for me to match Demoiselle's magnanimity.
Yeah.
If it were me, I would have joined the Spina di Rosula on account of her goodwill long ago.
All right, you two. That's enough.
Actually, Navia, how did you know that we were in danger? You sure did show up in the nick of time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, to be honest, you're the one who tipped us off, Paimon.
How so?
Huh? Really? Paimon contributed somehow?
Oh, Paimon.
Paimon's even more amazing than she thought!
You are more amazing than you think.
Yes. All thanks to you grabbing my drink by mistake.
What?
How did that help?
So this is what they're calling upon this.
After we parted ways, I was on the way back to one of our bases when I suddenly thought of what you said.
See, there it is. This is what they were calling upon it, because I was wondering why, and I was trying to make sense of why they would bring that up, but this is why.
That the Fanta tasted kind of salty and icky?
Yeah, what do you mean that? I thought it tasted strange as well, but I couldn't be sure.
Fanta only comes in sweet flavors. So how could it have tasted salty? The color of the drink, if I recall, had also been a bit off.
This is incredible. This is incredible.
So the Fanta had been spiked with water from the Primordial Sea?
That's insane.
Yes. So if you hadn't drunk that
What?
cup for me...
Because you're from Fontaine. No way. She would have been... Oh my god, that's what they were... That's why they brought it up. I thought it's just because like she couldn't afford it. That is... She would have been dead.
Spina di Rosula is preparing the grandest of awards for you as we speak for saving the boss.
Paimon, you literally are the reason Navia's alive. Paimon, I need Paimon to understand. Navia would be dead. Not dead, like the consciousness will still be there, but like the body is gone. Navia would be gone.
Huh. Really?
Fortunately, Paimon, neither of us are from Fontaine, or yeah, we would have been gone as well.
I sent people to Hotel de Boer to investigate. But whoever did this left no trace at all.
So they're good at this. So they instantly went after Navia. Instantly.
That's when I figured out that you might be in danger and hurried here as quickly as I could.
But why would they go after us too? All we did was defend Linny in court and help clear his name.
That's it.
Oh, now we're caught up in this mess too, aren't we?
That's it. They had a plan to frame Linny for this, and we stopped them. Us and Navia, the dream team, stopped them.
Well, you did foil a plan that they were probably pretty proud of.
You did. You did a lot as well,
though. And almost got their name
though.
in the process. Speaking of which, did anything strange happen when you drank the primordial seawater?
Maybe that's why we were able to connect with the Oceanid like that.
Well, it can't be a coincidence that the traveler fainted just now. He said that he heard that voice calling for Vasher again.
And Paimon heard it too. Paimon heard it too.
Oh, and this time Paimon heard it
Yep,
too.
exactly.
But it was real faint. Does this situation have to do with the primordial seawater then?
According to Lynette, the ability to hear voices that has to do with one's sensitivity to the hydro element.
Does that mean the primordial seawater raises someone's sensitivity to hydro when it's used on people who are not from Fontaine?
Paimon's like figured this out, right? Paimon's doing a very good job. Does that mean the primordial sea raised? Yeah, that's interesting.
That doesn't sound like too much of a bad thing, to be honest.
I also gained some new intel about Vasher, a witness.
New intel? While you were out cold?
Well, let's hear it, shall we?
The voice in the fountain belonged to one of the missing women, and a person named Vasher was the witness when she dissolved.
Oh, that is
To have
important.
a witness. And now actually it kind of makes sense why Vasher wouldn't say anything. Like within, and like in, obviously not in game time, within like half an hour, they had already spiked her drink with primordial seawater. Then, within like an hour, we were attacked by Gardebex. Whoever is doing this primordial sea stuff can do this no problem.
Vasher. That name doesn't ring a bell. I suppose he hasn't stepped forward as a witness in court lately.
All right.
Since he saw that young woman dissolve, he was at least at the crime scene.
Exactly.
But he never gave testimony or any information regarding people dissolving in the primordial seawater. Could he have been threatened?
I mean, that's what I'm thinking. If they can do this, I would be terrified if I was someone without a vision. I would be so terrified. If I was from Fontaine, like, the fact that they can do that so quickly with the primordial water, we should try searching for him if he's still alive.
Yes, thank you. This is very important information indeed. We will continue
I love
to
this.
investigate.
All right, partner. Yeah, I love Navia's determination. Like we said before, and obviously like it comes from like the deep connection with her father, I guess. But I still love like how lovely she is, and she has this really good determination about her.
Oh, you mean you'll help us investigate?
Of course.
Well, you did say that our farewell meal didn't really count.
So she meant.
Still partners, right?
So she meant. Oh, we're gonna investigate. And she didn't expect us to help as well. No, we're in this. We're in this. We're in this to the end.
And besides, we're in this now whether we like it or not.
Yeah.
You're not gonna let those people who targeted us get off the hook so easily, are you, Traveler?
This will prove to be their biggest mistake. I love it.
Demoiselle, do try not to look quite so pleased. You are the face of Spina di Rosula, after all.
Awesome, man. I love that she's like put so much stock in us that she's happy that we helped her out, you know?
You talk too much. Well, in that case, let's head back to one of our bases, shall we? I'll arrange accommodations for you.
Oh my god, we're staying at the Spina di Rosula?
We also have some plans to go over, and hopefully we can deepen our bonds as partners. But we'll take that one step at a time,
I love it.
guess.
I love it.
Don't worry, you two. With us around, our base is definitely secure.
No, I freaking love this. So we found out in a very, like, I don't know if you could call it subtle, but like in a very, like, very interesting way where, whereabouts is it? It's over there. Where is it? No, it's over. Oh, it's here in the Court of Fontaine. Interesting. So we found out from Navia, from Clorinde, that like, oh, you're doing this for your father. You know, it's your father's wish or whatever. Which makes sense that there is a lot of determination here. I think there's also a mixture of that and also the idea of like what she said earlier, that she doesn't totally agree with the way that Fontaine does things and maybe wanted to disrupt it a little bit. But I think it's more definitely this, that she wants to find secret the disappearances. I think that because Fontaine is so based around performances and being so public with performances, this was finally the last straw when it came to her investigation, where it's like she did so publicly prove that Linny was not only a fake, but I think also a fake criminal, like wasn't the one that was actually doing this, but also at the same time, there's a public display of this water being used, and it's clear that it has nothing to do with Linny, and whoever's doing this is causing some real problems, and they're out there, and they are, and I guess like as well, it's also this information they've infiltrated parts of the guards, and they could be anywhere. And so now that they've realized this, and we've also helped out with that too, instantly they came after us. That seawater thing in the cup is terrifying. Like, I do not care what anyone says. That is a terrifying thing for anyone in Fontaine. And I said earlier, like, again, like I said, sometimes we're wrong about stuff. Like, I thought, like, maybe the cup came to do with the idea of, like, the, like, that she can't maybe afford it too much. That's why she was upset that she drank it. But I think actually what it is was that. Like they showed us exactly what they showed that scene. It wasn't just like a scene just to like add to like just like a small aspect of her character. The actual scene was to like set up something for later that I didn't expect at all. I should have thought about that, I guess, like, you know, salty Fanta. It's a bit interesting. And the fact that Paimon saved Navia's life is another interesting aspect too. I love it. I love it quite a bit.
It's right up ahead, but let's make sure we weren't
This
followed
is so
first.
cool that we're getting to see this right away.
I've been keeping watch, Demoiselle. I haven't spotted anyone suspicious thus far.
Very good. But let's not let our guard down for now.
I shall find rooms for our respective
That's
guests.
so fun. It's like a spy organization sleepover, you know?
Thank you, Malus. Now, let's continue, traveler.
Whoa. Okay, this is very industrial. And it is like, it does feel like it is very underground, right? It's like if you came in here, you wouldn't really suspect that there's like a whole organization. Oh my god. You wouldn't suspect that there's a whole organization under here, right? And look, oh my god, the ladder bridge as well. That's such a nice touch. This is like, they're trying to show this is makeshift. And you know what's a really nice contrast to Navia's outfit, right? Like, this is like, you know, it would look so, not out of place, but it would look very interesting here too. Oh my god, it's like a whole sewer area. It's a whole sewer area. This is so cool. My mind is blown. My mind is blown. I didn't expect to even see something like this. You know what I mean? Like, this is why Genji keeps surprising us so many times. I'm just kids out here. Man. The water's actually very clear though, right? Take a look above as well. Yeah, all the pipes as well. See, that's the thing. It's like, I think that's intentional. Like, it's to have, and it's almost like the contrast with Navia's outfit and her personality as well, right? The contrast with the outfit and this area. It's very apparent. It's very on purpose. Oh my god, look at the colors down here, the lighting. This is so neat. I'm gonna take a picture or two. Whoa. Like the faint moonlight of yesteryear. And it is like a moonlight coming through the window, right? And there's like little shops down here too. Is that a little pub? When I think of secret, like, not secret, but like organization trying to bring something down, or trying to, like, you know, how do I say it? Like, not a secret. It's like almost like a because I don't know what word I'm using for here, but this is exactly what you'd want, right? But I didn't expect this. I genuinely didn't, because like what I expected, and I'll tell you what I expected it to be a fancy building where a bunch of these guys in suits were going around this place, but it's actually like down here underground with this makeshift building, like these makeshift like constructions. Oh wait, what the hell? Oh my god.
You're right, dear Luca. I do hope that such regrettable incident won't happen again. Why, if it isn't our good friend, what a coincidence bumping into you. How have you been?
About Virgil.
Right, are you interested in fishing in Fontaine? There are lots of sorts of fish that make fishing truly rewarding. Am I right, my dear Luca? Shame, seems to have his own more tedious pursuits. Still, I'm certain that you understand. Am I right, my dear Wonder? Here's some fresh catch. Please take it. I'm sorry to interrupt you. It's just that I really wanted to share this novel fun of exercising with you.
Did he give us a gift for us to leave? So it's not just maybe the Spina di Rosula.
You're most certainly correct, my dear Luca.
It's other people down here as well. So when he's talking about the incident that just happened as well, I hope it won't happen again. Oh, we should ask how things been for you, actually. I didn't expect to see these guys here at all.
I'll be alright. Well, there's always something unpleasant to deal, as they say in Fontaine. That's life. Don't you think so, dear Luca?
Life. Huh.
You see, Luca's wit and electrifying as ever. I'm overjoyed to hear him answer your question so concisely.
I can't believe we met them here. So maybe it's not just a big place for the Spina di Rosula. Maybe it's other things as well. Right? I think that's what it is. Maybe it's a lot of underground areas or makeshift organizations. Possibly.
Perhaps I should grill a few more cookies for the children, or perhaps a brew fruit cake from the last time. That was pretty good.
Something sounds tasty.
As long as the children like it at all as well. They also appear very busy with work, so children often come by and buy things for their families, and I bring them snacks when they do.
Sometimes the girl Navia drops by too, bringing all gifts of all sizes. She asks for cakes pretty often too, just like a kid she is. Tell me about Navia. Great.
I'm an old acquaintance of her father. I got her a hand in marksmanship too. If I do say so myself.
Okay. I don't know what that was. Of course, you didn't learn it here. This place is so small. Any drawing of weapons isn't going to end well for anyone. If some days cause trouble here, they'll be sent away to start new life in the ocean. So we've learned that in this place here, the Navia not only is like just giving out, you know, is a very pleasant person that people like. She's also a marksman, but also it seems that like they keep order down here by like you just, you know, you kind of keep your head down. Don't cause any trouble. And here's the pub, by the way. It looks awesome. It looks so cool. So hard to believe. Who are you?
What, me? I'm Faustia. Oh, I'm sorry. I must have gotten the wrong person. Too many people asked me that, so I thought you must be an old acquaintance.
Old friends don't recognize you?
Well, I had a short stint in the fortress of Meripide.
Pretty petty theft and such. You were in the prison.
When I came out, no one could recognize me any longer. They said I changed too much. Well, I certainly was leaner sight in the past. It took quite some effort to move some chairs even, but unrecognizable, really? I just bulked up a little, that's all.
It's understandable.
Really? Did I change so much? Well, I've got the Pancration ring to thank for that then. When I first watched a box match, I couldn't help but wonder if I would ever have stolen had I simply been strong enough.
Okay.
After serving my sentence, I was invited to join the Spina.
So this is, okay, so this must be a lot of people must be down here to do with the Spina. And I began to do some legitimate manual labor. I guess I'm finally on the right path, no? So he sees us the right path at the very least. Can you tell me some information there? Got a problem? I can solve it for you. Can you solve any problem? Theoretically, I do not believe there's any problem that can be solved by force. When we have the Spina di Rosula act, so it is. Okay, it is. I'm certain that we'll be able to resolve your issues with minimal harm. From things as small as living supplies and household affairs to matters as large as factional disputes and savings, the Spina will do it all if it can for you. So the Spina also, like, can sort out, like, little tiny things for people, too. I guess it is the cracks, right? That is the cracks that fall to the wayside. Interesting. You look like an adventurer. So that's, okay, so we're learning a lot more about the Spina here. Wonder if Lucelle's doing alright. Lucelle?
An old companion of mine. It could have been lived for free after I modified it. But then they took it away from me. There was no time to take anything back because they gave me a new workplace, the Fortress of Meripide. By the way, before Lucelle belonged to me, it was a Gardamek with the guards. Oh, so it's a machine. I didn't resist when I modified it, so I took that as consent. And that's how you land a new job in jail? Yes. Even so, his job with some perks on my previous work at the Fontaine Research Institute. My time in Meripide was more of a conductive creativity. To be honest, given the lack of complicated processes and boring summary meetings, even my daily meals were delivered by clockwork machines. Such an enviable situation. A shame, though, that the canteen manager refused to sell me that machine.
Alright, such an innovative spirit should be praised.
I doubt this is a compliment. No matter what, such innovative and spirit deserves praise. I have some materials of various sorts. Please take some.
See if you can come up with some innovative ideas. So you're like an inventor, I guess. Oh, a crystal. I'm sure we're going to learn more about the Spina di Rosula as we're going forward. I want to talk to a few people here just because it's actually an organization that's been, because of Navia, has been really interested. Oh, doctor.
Well, this sounds good for your health.
And you are?
I'm a doctor, the legitimate kind. I got a relevant certification and graduation cert from the academia to boot.
Why are you practicing medicine here?
I used to be very poor and had no money to support my studies over travel overseas. It was the Spina di Rosula that sponsored me, so they also do sponsorships.
Okay, so maybe what it is that it's not that they don't have a lot of money, they just have to budget their money very well, maybe, because they're giving sponsorships as well. And maybe everyone gets a specific budget, I wonder?
Oh, of course, it is so on condition that I consider returning here to work as a doctor after finishing my studies. I'd be salaried as standard, of course, with the Spina being my employer. Though, I thought it was a good deal, and I understood what they wanted out of it, so I only asked for the most basic fees when I practice here.
You're needed here, yeah, for sure.
No sunshine is needed here.
But the people in Fluve Clend have already gotten used to such a lifestyle. We don't go up there unless it's absolutely necessary.
Enough about that. Same goes to you. Stay in the sunlight more often and eat more vegetables and fruits. It's good for your health.
Yes, 100% it is. So she's saying that she got a sponsorship from the Spina di Rosula to work. And then when she came here to work, right? She only accepted like minimal fees. Yep, and it seems that the condition was, and maybe it is like, hey, we can get some out of this as well for sure. So there's not just like this thing where it's like it's a charity, but it's like a strong consideration. I think if someone helped you out like this, you probably would go work there, right? For sure. Yeah. Interesting. I'm having a blast learning about the Spina di Rosula. I'd love to talk with the guy with the white glove as well, just figure out what he's doing here as well. No conversations with you. What about you? You look like you're looking over stuff.
Hey there, friend, want to change your life?
What? What are you talking about?
You might find this hard to imagine, but many people in this world have a chance to restart their lives. But a little change is one appearance that can half the difficulty, and that's my speciality, see? There's a bright future ahead of this sort of research, and look like the sort of person with the eye in the future. Would you consider sponsoring me? I'm a proper engineer from the Fontaine Research Institute, you know? Well, I was anyway. That sounds suspicious. What happened? Tell me the truth. Alright, yeah, it really seemed like I got no talent for pulling in investors. But I really was an engineer at the Institute once, and it was my goal to use machines to pursue an apex in aesthetics. But an accident happened, resulting in some damage to one of my colleagues' appearance. And when I returned from the stint in the Fortress of Meripide, oh my god, another person, I started living here. He told me that the Fluve Cendere was a bit of a grey area, and they might be able to secure some funding here. But it turns out it's not the case at all. The Spina di Rosula watches everyone here like hawks, you see. Okay, so we know this as well then. So they do keep an eye on everybody. It's not just a thing where like, because a lot of people, like so far we've had people come here who like were like, yeah, 2 people at the very least being like, I used to be in prison, I came here, and now I'm like working here, and it's like my new life almost. But you still can't just come here and just do anything. You have to have an eye on you at all times. And like that old lady said over there, if something happens, like if you take a blade out here, you draw a gun, you will be kicked out as soon as possible. Interesting. Is there any legal service I can provide? So you're an attorney? Well, Alicia could have been a champion duelist, but that's not happening this life, I reckon. I can't fight. Like, I really can't. I'm the type who knocks himself out of the head with his sheathed sword. But the talents I do have, it's searching. As long as the cases and details are clear, I can quickly find all the relevant legal clues. Okay. So yeah, we're going to continue on in the next one, and we're going to keep going with this area to see, maybe like, again, if there's any NPC you think I should talk to, maybe by the time the video's probably made, you won't even see this, but it is an interesting place. It seems like it is like almost, in a way, a place for second chances. It's a way that they, but again, we're going to learn more about it. We're going to learn more about it, I guess, as we're talking to Navia. But it seems that Navia is someone who's respected. You can't just come down here and commit all these crimes. You can't just like, hurt people down here. There is still like a law and order down here. But there is some like loopholes where like it is different from Fontaine above. Like it's not just the same rules. Interesting, really interesting stuff. And with that, guys, I can say, also let's talk, actually, just before we go, we met the Oceanid this episode. The Oceanid told us about Vasher. It seems that Vasher was a witness and probably scared into not saying anything. It also seems that like if you have that water poured on you, you actually like, your consciousness stays within the water in Fontaine, but your body goes. And I wonder if will that have something to do with the prophecy going forward. And we have to tell Vasher that to move on is what she wants us to say, but we're going to talk to him as a witness as well. We also found out we had like a lot of things we were speculating on Navia. And in the end, we've just found out that like she has like a lot of determination because of like her father. When Clorinde kind of like doubted her in a way, she was kind of very upset by that because she's like, yo, like, you think we can't do this? We can do this. Are you doubting us?
And I wonder if that's something deep down as well. It's like that she wants to be able to complete this, and with our help, I think she probably feels like she can, because she was smiling ear to ear, having someone to help her. She nearly died. If it wasn't for Paimon, she would be dead. She'd be gone, which is, I think, so interesting. That battle was really cool too. A lot of really cool stuff happening here. And with that, I can say thank you so much to Never Can Pay the Baby Guys to cheer on Patreon. That being Typhara2, JB Bull, Jana the Banana, The Ghost of Inazuma, Delicious Felix, Ewald, Radish, Anusta, Shibata Bread, Makmunde, Death Trap, Lynx Markey, and Assassin. Yeah, Assassin. I'll see you all very soon. Bye bye.